Brightest blessings, everybody. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. This is the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, and I welcome you all here. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for stopping by, and perhaps I just came up in your feed and you just decided to click on it, or maybe your guides led you here, and that's really great, and so I thank them as well. For those of you who have been subscribers, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and soul for subscribing to the channel, and also letting me know down below in the comments, how these videos have been supporting you in your journey, helping you, validating you, inspiring you, whatever the case may be. And it's very, very special to me that I'm able to, do this mission and be able to touch people all over the world and connect. It is just nothing like it. It's really surreal. For those of you who don't know who I am, I do the medium work. I'm able to speak to the other side. I'm a divine channeler, so I'm able to actually bring through your angelic team, your spiritual guides, very directly. I'm also a physical channeler, so they're able to actually speak right through me as well. So I do have that. And as a remote spirit extractor specialist, I do paranormal work that's highly unique and very high level, and it's not done like anyone else in the world. So it's actually done via the light body, and I'm able to travel to any location in the entire globe and remove really dark attachments and possessions and things that you really just don't want in your space. And these things, tend to affect every single area of your life, even your health. And it's been such a gift to be able to give someone's life back when that happens to them. And so I'm so happy that I'm able to offer that type of work. I can't take on every single case, rather. So I have to really pace myself as to how many of these I do, and I have to space them out. So that's why you'll tend to see that I kind of stop and go with this work. But that's only so that way I'm able to have my energy and have my health and all of that. But for all my services, the best way to really, take a look at that, prices, and more about the details of my services is to go to theparanormalpriestess.com. You can go there, you can go to my services page, you can even read my bio if you want to know some of my background story. And you can contact me on my contact page. That's the best way to contact me if you are inquiring about services. And what I will do is I will check in with my spiritual team and find out if it's a match, a vibrational match. And if it is a vibrational match, then definitely we'll move forward. All the work that I do is for the highest good. So if I'm not in the highest good, then I absolutely will not collect a payment. I'd rather you keep it. And I always want to do the right thing when it comes to that. So, but I will let somebody know either way. And again, if you want to inquire about services, you can go to theparanormalpriestess.com and you can contact me on my contact page. So today's video is going to be a new moon message, channeled message. And so the new moon actually is tomorrow if you're watching this in real time. So it's Monday, October 8th. It's going to be in Libra. And I'm just going to go off of whatever I have been receiving to share with all of you, share with the collective. By the way, I didn't mention in the beginning, but lots of people who do know me know that I am also a divine twin flame. I am on the twin flame journey, so I am on the journey to manifested union. So many of you, I know many of my subscribers and viewers are twin flames, but my work is open to everybody. But this message is going to be for the new moon, and we're at a very interesting place energetically. So many things are changing, and they're changing very rapidly, and they are affecting us galore. There's been a lot of ascension symptoms, and there's been just a lot of transformations going on in the physical space. And of course, as I mentioned in the angel channel messages for October, we had the Venus in retrograde happening until November 16th. And that is bringing up so much in terms of what is truth versus illusion about relationship. And this is all types of relationship. It's relationship that we have with ourselves, how we view ourselves. Do we love ourselves? Is there anything preventing us from loving ourselves? How do we see ourselves? Where is our self-worth? Everything from that to also understanding maybe some of the relationships that are not vibrating, high any longer, and they're not in the highest good any longer, and we're able to now experience clarity in regards to that. Also, too, there are relationships that maybe there are wounds and there's still repressed emotions from relationships that we have with, say, family members or old friends, whatever the case may be, and perhaps there is healing that's required there in order for us to really move on. And one of the things that's coming up very strongly right now is some people are feeling this sense of, I am just trapped. I'm just trapped. I don't know which way to go anymore. I don't know what to do with this anymore. Many of you out there who have been on, specific journeys, such as the twin flame journey, you've gone through so many stages and you've gone through so much transformation within yourselves, and you've had a lot of different things going on with your beloved, and you're the runner, the chaser, having them step forward only for them to step back again, or perhaps you weren't ready and you did the chasing at one point and you were the runner at one point, so we tend to switch roles when it comes to runner and chaser, and it's all really to get us to step into our empowerment, to heal and to prepare and be ready for the actual physical reunion of the twin flames. So nothing's for nothing. There are no coincidences, and although the obstacles, with this particular dynamic of twin flames has been very challenging, we are moving into the physical preparations of this. Yes, I've been talking about that, but again, we're going into it even deeper, into the physical preparations of it. But at this point, it feels like for some people that they are at this crossroads in which they would view as stuck. I have talked about this before, but this is coming up yet again. It happens, right? And this feeling of entrapment in one's world, entrapment in one's situation, and entrapment in one's life. And that's something that, is illusionary. Okay? And that's the message for this new moon, is to be able to clear away any types of thought patterns that are not going to truly allow you now to step into your true empowerment and to experience life in a way where you're experiencing joy, you're experiencing peace and ease, you're experiencing satisfaction. And if you are not, if you feel like areas of your life, you just feel like you're just trapped in your life, then, there's a bit of cleaning the cobwebs out, as they say, to do with this new moon. And of course, when we talk about the waning moon, it's always about, removing. It's always about banishing what no longer serves us. It's always about releasing. Okay? And for those who are on spiritual journeys, very spiritual, specific ones, like the twin flame journey, although light workers definitely can experience this as well. Anyone who's here to basically serve the planet, we're all about doing all of this release work so that way we can step into our empowerment, right? Well, lots of people are feeling like they're trapped. And what it really is that, lots of people are just being triggered. That's how I'm really receiving it, is that there's lots of just different projections from other people happening in people's spaces. And you have to be really careful right now that to not allow those triggers to truly lower your vibration, so to speak, and understand that to try your best not to take it so personally, whether it be a family member or a friend or even your twin, that if they are going through something right now and they haven't quite healed from it, they haven't released it, they might be projecting a particular opinion onto you. They may be, there might be blame and guilt and all these different types of things that are being maybe pushed into your space. It's a good idea now to try your best to recognize that you don't have to allow that to affect you. So you have that choice. And remember that your thoughts, we make choices as far as what we think all the time. We choose. We choose every single thought. And it's really important to understand and to recognize that if you are feeling trapped right now, it's because there's a lot of clearing to do within your own mind. Okay? We're talking about the element of air. So being able to clean out the clutter of your thoughts, being able to recognize what thought patterns are not serving you well, and creating this false sense, this illusionary sense of being trapped. Okay? And that goes for, everyone who's watching this video. If you're a twin flame, you may feel like you're trapped in a situation, or you're trapped in, like, you just don't know what to do about it. You don't know what decisions to make, and you feel like your world is just, maybe it's not going to change. Maybe it's just not. Maybe this is as good as it gets. Maybe, some of these thoughts that are going on, maybe I'm just not meant to be happy. Maybe this is just, I'm just someone who just attracts bad luck. Maybe, this, maybe that. And, the ego really tends to get really crazy sometimes, right? And has us believe a lot of this false stuff. Sometimes we just really believe that our lives are just meant to be lived very small. And in fact, we're not really recognizing our potential is to live really big and to step into our sovereign selves. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But changing your thoughts is so important, to understand that if you're thinking, and I've talked about this before, but this is really, really coming up now. If you're thinking that you are trapped, if you're thinking that there's no way out, if you're thinking that there's no solution, then you are creating the energy for that to manifest just like that. You're keeping yourself stuck. You're telling the universe basically that this is what it is for you. This is what's true for me. So as soon as we're able to go back and to really take account as to how we think about ourselves, how we think about our situations, how do we think about life? Are we thinking about it from a limited perspective, or are we thinking about it from a point of being a co-creator and a co-manifestor with the divine? Are we seeing ourselves that way, and are we practicing that? Some people may recognize that they're able to create their realities, but they're still not really doing a great job with it, and they're getting triggered and triggered and triggered and triggered and triggered into thinking again the old thought pattern of, oh my gosh, there's just no solution here, I'm trapped, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that's just not true. We can open the roads. We can open the roads with our thoughts. Absolutely. So I want, I think that people out there, it'd be a good idea to kind of pay attention to how you are thinking and how many negative thoughts a day you're thinking that are actually creating a situation where you're believing that you're trapped. You're believing that there's no solution. Remember that the divine is always giving us solutions that we never thought of also. So there's a matter of just being able to believe and trust that if a solution isn't coming to you right away on how to make a big change in your life, perhaps it's not time for it yet. Perhaps it's absolutely not time for it yet. And, there's a matter of accepting that and going with the flow of what is right now, just what is. Being able to really step into your power is coming up. Some people, when they're getting triggered and everything, and they're feeling like life just isn't working for them, or they feel like somebody, maybe their twin flame or something is not working out, they're not stepping forward, it doesn't seem like that this situation is unfolding and the way that they thought that it was. Again, they start having those thoughts of that there's no hope for this situation, I'm trapped in this situation, I just don't know what to do, and then life is not being lived. And that's what's so important here, that like I'm getting a strong message that some people are just they're wasting their precious days, and they're wasting their life not stepping into their power and understanding that liberation and freedom is a choice. And if we change our thoughts and know and tell the universe that I am not trapped, I am free to experience joy, I'm free to experience wonderful people entering my life, I'm free to experience prosperity. Some people out there who are worrying that they're in a financial bind. And it all comes down to working with the laws of attraction. Again, changing your thoughts And for anyone who is vibrating at a lower level, who's projecting things, they haven't really come into a clarity and understanding about working with energy. They haven't quite become conscious of that yet. They may be projecting things onto you, their own thoughts, their opinions, their feelings on things, and it's triggering you back into a feared state. It's triggering you back into a lower vibration, angering you or frustrating you that this person, whoever they may be, just doesn't get it. They just don't get it. They don't get it. And it's kind of like if someone is projecting, things that are coming from a lower nature, we have to understand, what we're willing to accept and what we're willing to allow to affect us. Okay, and we make choices as to who we're around too, and how much time we spend around certain people as well. And what I'm also getting is that there's a lot of things coming out of people's lives. There are people that are not in the highest good to be in your life any longer. There's certain old toxic patterns and situations that are not in the highest good for you any longer. The old ways just aren't working any longer, and your eyes are being opened up to the stark reality of things, and you're changing. Okay, your vibration. I mean, we're going through another upgrade, right? With this new moon, we have a portal, and we have the retrograde with it, and it's really bringing a lot of clarity to us as to the relationships that we have or lack of relationship. It's bringing up a lot of how we view ourselves. And one of the messages also that's coming up is about honoring yourself and not putting yourself down in any type of way, and not living your life as the sovereign being that you are. Sometimes when situations don't work out in our favor, in the timing that we would like, in the way that we'd like, again, we don't want to force anything. As far as the twin flame, say if your twin flame has not really come around and opened up yet, because they're going through still some healing and transformation of their own, you don't want to be able to kind of downplay yourself and settle for other things and not see the value of yourself, devalue yourself, basically, I'm saying. That's definitely not going to help whatsoever. In fact, it's very damaging energetically in many ways. So, it's about really understanding who you are as a sovereign being and to honor your own nobility. Honor that. Understand and put yourself up on that pedestal as that I'm important, I'm worthy, not in the ego way, but to recognize your self-worth and really step into that and to not sell yourself short in any type of way. Okay, now if you have a beloved who hasn't been treating you well for whatever reason and things like that, I wouldn't recommend, turning and trying to, since you're not having, maybe some of you have not been dating or anything like that, but your twins somehow not coming forward right at this time, and then, some twins will just turn and be like, okay, well then I'll just pick someone who is, down here instead of up here. And it's like you won't want to sell yourself short. You don't want to devalue yourself. That's really what I'm saying. You want to be able to value everything about yourself. Value your body, value your mind, value your emotions, value what you're here for. And to not settle for less because the situation you're viewing as an entrapped situation and you can't find a way out of it, and so you're turning and you're choosing lesser situations, lesser people. So be really careful about that at this time, that you're not falling into that trap because you're getting triggered. And I'm really getting this as the time to really understand what it is that you really want out of life, and knowing that you don't have to put limitations there. You don't have to stay in that place of I'm trapped. So there's lots of different ways to work with the universe, the laws of attraction, affirmations are beautiful. I really recommend working with like Louise Hay affirmation cards. If anyone has those, really, really helpful. There is a deck. I mean, I don't actually read decks for clients because everything I do is direct communication. But there is a deck that I do recommend for healing in one space, and you can also use this to work with your twin flame and clear things energetically as far as for the two of you, work with their higher self. And this deck is called Heal Yourself Reading Cards by Ina Sagao. And it's not your ordinary oracle deck. What's really beautiful about this deck is that it's really therapy in a box. It really, really is. So you can, ask your spiritual team to assist you with choosing the right card of what is coming up for you to heal and to work on, whether it's inner child work, whether it's self-worth, whatever that may be. But it's going to help support you, and is also really great. Some techniques there, and then some suggestions on how you can clear and heal from these certain issues. So I definitely recommend this deck for your own private readings and to help yourself. Let me see what else is coming up here. It's really about staying open to the new chapter that's now unfolding. And it's like, some of you out there are just not really seeing how all the pieces are going to fall in together. And it's about really just trusting the process of this. It is happening, and that's what is here for you to know. And this is what, this is what the angelics want you to know, that everything is unfolding perfectly. And even though you don't see that, every single step that you take to self-improvement, cleaning out the cobwebs of your mind and letting go of limiting thoughts, anything that's limiting you, limiting, your self-worth, your self-acceptance, your self-love, limiting what you can experience out of life. That's a big one that's coming up for a lot of you. That you feel like you're just not experiencing life. I'm just going to just tune in for a moment and just see what they want to really say here about that. Yeah. They said that life can be lived in a liberated way once you view yourself as a powerful being. So it all comes down to self-love. And so that's why with Venus retrograde right now for this month, if you have been struggling with viewing yourself with loving eyes, if you've been struggling with accepting yourself and honoring yourself and understanding your sovereignty and your nobility, your worth, your value, if these have been issues, the message really is here for this new moon is that some of the clearing that's happening for you is happening, so much of this is really tied to your experiences with your parents. So much of it is really tied into that. Many of you who come from families, broken families, divorced families, families where it's some sort of dysfunction. You've been abandoned, that type of thing. That's always going to affect your ability to love yourself and place value on yourself, because you never really received that type of love that you wanted to. And so the message here is to really go back to that if you're having some trouble, and whoever has abandoned you, or you feel like your mother or your father have not really been there for you in the ways that you wish that they could have been there, now is a really fantastic time to be able to just understand, have clarity about that. Sometimes that's enough to dissolve that and set you free, so that way you are not feeling like you're trapped. And then for some of you, it's going to be about forgiving that person and not choosing to carry any more of anything, blame, guilt. Um, yeah, blame is coming up really big. Not to blame anyone for what you've experienced. I mean, you have to understand that everything has been there for a reason, and so many who are on spiritual journeys, life-filled journeys, have really picked dysfunctional families for a reason, and that's because we are, living a last lifetime. So we are souls that are advanced. And so we pick challenging situations so that way we can break those old templates. And we can grow and we can evolve and break those old templates of the family and the family structure. We're breaking so many different templates and rewriting them. So, all of that type of thing can actually in turn make you stronger going through dysfunction. And going through all those hardships, throughout the family can make you a stronger person. But you have to come to certain realization and not choose to carry burdens. Because when those burdens are just too heavy, then you are vibrating a lot lower, your frequency is a lot lower, and hence then you are having situations and people being attracted to you which are lower in nature. So the message here too is to really go back. If you're feeling like you can't step into your sovereign self, if you feel like that you can't really connect well with your own higher self, if you're not feeling the beauty and the gorgeous energy of yourself, if you can't tap into that, if you can't say nice things about yourself, if you are not recognizing your worth and your value, then now is the time to go back, because we have this retrograde, and the retrogrades are always about going back because there's something for us to learn. There's something for us to come to the awareness of and be able to transform that. So this new moon is very much about letting go of anything that is stopping you from stepping into your sovereign power, and to not view yourself or the situation as a trapped situation. To open that jail door that you've created in your own mind and set yourself free, and know that despite that, if you're on a twin flame journey, and yes, it's meant to go into the physical, but that doesn't mean that you can't go out there and experience life and find joys and find moments. Okay, moments are really, really important now. To honor where you are, to accept where you are right now on your journey, and to really pat yourself on the back for how far you've come. To know that you have done so much healing and you've done so much for yourself, and that's part of valuing yourself and understanding your sovereignty self and your nobility, is knowing that, hey, you've done a really fantastic job. You're a really strong person. You're a very powerful being. And, whatever is keeping you from understanding that you're a powerful being, that's what we are clearing away for this new moon. And as a powerful being, we recognize that we are beautiful inside and out. We have a light about us. We are here to not only spread really big messages, but it's really important to understand that we're also here to enjoy ourselves in a human body. And although something has not maybe unfolded yet, and you're anticipating the unfolding of it, and yes, it is going towards that, putting life on hold is not the answer, but to act as a powerful creator and create lots of moments. Like, say, for me, for example, I absolutely love music. I love poetry. I love being able to, enjoy the simple things in life. I love Halloween. I love going to nurseries and things like that. I love seeing decorations. I love acting like a kid. I love to dance. I love to work out. Yoga. I have a lot of different hobbies, a lot of different aspects and things about me. I love picking up a guitar. I love playing the piano. I love taking walks and hiking and being in nature. And there's so many moments that you don't want to miss out on because you have limited thinking and feel like you're just trapped in a situation, or you're just unable to experience life in a joyful way. And so anything that's stopping you from doing that, you wanna clear that out, because it's just not serving you anymore. And if you're just not feeling certain situations, let me see what this is. Yeah, again, it's a lot about the triggering that's coming up for people. Family can definitely do the triggers, and we have families who are coming from old school, and they're coming from their own set opinions and their belief systems. And the big message here is, again, it's about projecting. To not allow them to project that onto you, and to know that you are not your family's belief systems, you're not their opinions. Don't take it on. Don't take on their stuff. If you've been doing that for a very long time and it's just been commonplace for you, now is the time to let go of that. You're not there anymore. Close the door on that and step into your value. Step into your sovereign self, your nobility. You have changed in magnificent ways because you've gone through so much. Your vibration is completely different. And if they are not resonating with you anymore, and you're feeling very uncomfortable being around, even if it's family, if you're feeling that you're uncomfortable with certain friends and you're not resonating with them and their values and their opinions, if you feel like it's just bogging you down, bringing your vibe down, then there's some choices to be made here, and the stark reality is coming out with this new moon for sure. And we're going to see a continued trend of that throughout October, honestly. But this is the time to be able to state to the universe that you're letting go of that and you're affirming a new thought pattern. You're not viewing yourself free. You're not viewing yourself as entrapped. You are viewing yourself as that I am free to experience all the joys of life. I am free to experience prosperity in all its forms, abundance in all its forms. I am open to the highest vibrational relationships. I am open to high vibrational experiences. I let the good into my life now. I affirm the good in my life. Everything works and flows. Everything is in alignment when you are. And that's what's really important to remind yourself now, if you are getting triggered, is that if you are in alignment with who you are, what you represent, the beauty of you, the power of you, if you're in alignment with that, if you start the day off like that, then you're going to notice that your life is going to flow so much better, and you're going to experience your day better. People are going to be drawn to you, higher vibrational people. Opportunities are going to come to you that are great opportunities for you, because you're not keeping that shield on you, so to speak. You're not putting that blocked shield on you, I'll say, that blockage. You are stepping into your empowerment, your alignment, and everything falls into alignment when you are. So I had to repeat that again because it's so important. It's the message they want to get across here. So, this new moon, if you are feeling as though you are at a crossroads, and I have been reading this for a lot of people, they just feel like, I just don't know what to do at this point. Anytime you're going to come across a crossroads in your life, first of all, understand that there's an amazing chapter that's opening up, being prepared for you while you're at this crossroads. But again, you got to believe that. You got to trust that that's the truth. And that, no, it's not just wishful thinking. You're not telling yourself a bullshit story. It's the truth. Okay, in order for this next chapter, for many of you, it's going to be a whole brand new book, a whole brand new life. And, you know, it takes a lot of preparation there, right? You know, all the pieces have to fall together, and you have to understand that the divine is helping you. Your guides, your angels, the divine is there for you and assisting you. And that's a lot about the synchronicities that we're seeing, the number signs, all the different ways in which the universe speaks to us. They're letting us know that, hey, there's nothing to worry about, because even though you feel like you're trapped right now and that there's actually nothing going on, you feel like there's no movement, it doesn't mean that there's necessarily something wrong here, that you've done anything wrong. You know, consider it a rest stop. Take a vacation, we go to a rest stop, right? We're going to fill up on gas, we're going to kind of release ourselves. I don't know how great that sounded, but you understand what I'm telling you. It's true, though. You're at a rest stop. So whatever you no longer need, whatever it is that's going to refill your batteries, whatever it is that's going to prepare you to get to your destination, that rest stop is necessary. And we have, sometimes there's more than one rest stop. So if you're at that crossroads, please know that, you know, there's something there that it's about timing, and it's about, you know, cleaning out some things and releasing a couple of things. And it's about also filling up on all the good stuff, filling yourself up with powerful energy, vibrations, and frequencies. And that's going to be the thoughts. The thoughts. And I'm really hoping that, you know, this is going to help someone out there who feels like somehow there's no way that they're getting out of their situation, or it doesn't look like anything is happening. Because let me tell you that when nothing is happening, something is happening. Okay? And the times that we do have these rest stops, it's a beautiful blessing. It's a beautiful blessing. There are things that are meant for us to address when we're at these rest stops. And it usually comes down to clearing out toxic thought patterns on the conscious level, and also being able to affirm that you're releasing the subconscious ones too, because we have sometimes a lot of thought patterns that are going on the subconscious level that are also blocking us from experiencing our full potential, experiencing life in the fullest ways. And, you know, not to forget to also that we're affirming that we're clearing out those subconscious thoughts, toxic thoughts too. And to not forget that we are on our way, and we've done a great job. And because of that, we should celebrate that, celebrate ourselves, not put limitations on ourselves, and not feel like we can't experience life. Because with or without our twin flame, we still want to be able to have that ability to not rely on our twin flame for happiness. That's never going to work. If you rely on another to create your happiness, it's always a failing situation right there. You don't ever want to put that on another. Happiness really does come from the way we think about ourselves, how we value ourselves, how we love ourselves. Okay? It really, really does. So, this new moon, anything that is preventing you from self-love and self-worth, valuing yourself as a sovereign being, time to go. Anyone who's projecting, you know, lower types of energetic thoughts and emotions, again, this absolutely may not be in a conscious way. Some of it might be. Other times it's just that you're kind of caught in the crossfires there. But the thing is that you don't have to accept that and allow it to affect you. You do have the choice to remove yourself from that situation, and also to not take on those projections. That's something to release. If there are relationships that are not serving you any longer, and they're toxic, or you're just not resonating with it anymore, and you never really had the clarity about that, and now you do. Now's the time to understand that you're closing the door on those. A lot of closing of doors. The portals and things, I would say, they are the closures. We're closing the doors on that. So that's really the main messages that I'm getting right now to help support all of you. I'm absolutely receiving this myself. And try not to get upset and get impatient right now is what I want to leave you with, because the impatience is not going to allow the divine to create these amazing, miraculous situations for you. Okay, you don't want to block receiving the good in your life. You can't force things. Okay, when things are ready, they're ready. There's so much that we can do for ourselves. We don't want to force ourselves either with our healing, right? So really stay very, very patient, everyone. Know that everything is culminating. Everything, that's what I want to leave you with, is that everything is culminating right now. Know that. Understand that. Claim your sovereignty. Claim your union with your beloved, and claim it now, not in the future. Claim it now. Let the universe know that you're claiming your sovereign self, you're claiming your higher self, and that you're claiming your union now, and you're claiming happiness now. You're claiming joy now. You're claiming all the best things in life now, and that you don't have to wait until you get to a certain destination. You don't have to wait until you get into union with your beloved. You don't want to waste your life. You want to affirm all of that now. And that's going to really assist everything and moving it along in a nice, steady flow. So let me know. Leave some messages down below if you resonated with these messages. Of course, I am here for channel sessions. Glad to be of assistance. Again, theparanormalpriestess.com. I am on social media if you would like to follow me there. I'm on Twitter at parapriestessyt is for the show. I also have my own personal Twitter, which is at para_priestess, and also my Facebook page, The Paranormal Priestess. So if you are interested in readings, I just ask that the best way to do it is, again, through my contact page on my website and not on social media. I kind of want to keep everything all in one place, but I'd love to hear any comments or anything like that on social media if you'd like to connect with me on there. So I'm wishing you all a very, very happy new moon. I'm wishing you the best of transformation, the best of release. You're going to feel so much better, so much lighter, so much more powerful with getting all the lower stuff out, and just keep on stepping up into yourself, and you can do it. And so far you've been doing, I'm sure, an amazing job. So kudos to you for that. From the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings to everybody, and I will see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.